Hi everybody, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another course vlog. You know where we're at. It's Tahquitz Creek, and we're playing the resort course, and we're out here on the back nine. A really hot start for me, 2 under par through that front nine. Let's see if we can keep this thing going. If you haven't already, please click that red button down below and subscribe to the channel. I'd love to see you back here all the time. Here we go. Now number 10 here at just over 400 yards. It's going to play 260 to the bunkers on the right and 295 down to the water on the left. So I did not want to pull driver. 2-iron was working for me today, so I piped another one right down the fairway. Now this here was 149 yards and a 9-iron for me, a nice smooth 9-iron. That's typically going to go about 155 to 160, and that's just about the distance that it went. Just a little bit long, but that's okay. Got about 30 feet here down the hill for birdie. Didn't quite put the camera far enough away, but it's right here underneath and a nice little tap-in par. And we're on to number 11. Which from the tee box almost has somewhat of a blind tee shot up and over a little bit of a crest. And there's going to be a blind bunker down the right-hand side that you absolutely need to avoid. The fairway wraps around wide way out there to the left-hand side, and it's not quite drivable at 360 yards. So another 2-iron for me here off the tee. And I pushed this one a little bit of my line and was just hoping that it wasn't going to be in the bunker. Luckily, it stayed up here on the hill, but it was a little bit of an awkward lie. It was 85 yards, and so I took my sand wedge, which normally goes about 100, hopefully putting it here on the middle of the green underneath this back flag. Another 30-footer here for birdie. That was an awkward little putt. Couldn't quite get the read proper, but another tap-in par, and we're going to keep this 2 under par round alive as we're heading into a truly drivable par 4 here. 317 is the measurement to the green center. On a direct line, it's about 290 to the front edge. Now you see it is definitely protected on the angle from the tee, as there's those 3 bunkers protecting the green. Well, you know what? I'm just going to take the driver, hit it down there, and see what I can do with it. And I just kind of got a little lazy with this. This ended up being a trend most of the rest of the day with the driver, and just pushed it to the right of the green here on the hillside. Nice shot. Now, luckily, this was pretty much a up and down try for birdie, but I hit that first one a little bit long. I was here on the fringe, but I was still about 15 to 20 feet away for birdie. Just gotta get one of these to roll in and keep this day rolling deeper and deeper under par. Still made the cut. Now this par 3 13th hole has a cool little scattering of bunkers all the way around it with some deep mounds to boot. Just gotta hit your target, and this green is relatively big. Now unfortunately, just like the last hole, I got a little lazy with this 7-iron and pushed it out to the right hand side up here on another little mound in between the bunkers, trying to get this up and down to salvage my par, as I haven't made a bogey all day long. So here we go, and you better believe that that's exactly what I was thinking over this little sliding putt. I was like, I haven't done this. And then I did. So it's over. The bogey seal has been broken. It is what it is. I'm not a perfect golfer, and we just got to live with our mistakes. 562 of a par 5 gets me licking my chops, because I absolutely love par 5s. Don't even worry about the bunkers down the left-hand side. Because of the river wash on the right, you can miss it almost as far right as you possibly want. Now, if you do miss it right, you got that little bit of a tree to contend with on your layup, unless you're going to be taking it way down there towards the green. Just some greenside bunkers and a decent some hills around the bunker, around the green to protect it as well for your approach shot. First things first, got to lace this drive right down the middle. And coming off a bogey, I was a little upset. So a little bit of angry golf here. Took this drive right down where I wanted it to be. And here I'm looking at 275 yards. That should be a perfect 3-wood. I drew this one up perfectly, but it took a big hop to the left and ended up here next to the cart path. Not quite in sight of the camera, but we're going to try and get it up and down for our birdie. Now I use my sand wedge here as I do for all of my chip shots around the green. I'm not going to say all, I'm going to say most of my chip shots around the green. Left it here about 12 feet and a very makeable birdie putt. But it's only makeable if you hit it high enough. Sometimes when I'm putting right through the shadow like that, it just messes with me just enough. A nice drive there by my buddy Tony, right down the middle of this beautiful par 4 15th. All you got to deal with is that little bunker on the left-hand side, because once again, you can miss as far right as you want down into the wash. You'll be perfectly fine down there. It's just a little fluffy rough lie, and you'll be just fine. Big angle into this little bit of an elevated green here and a front pin. There's a nice little turnover draw for me once again. Sent this down over the bunker and right next to the tree on the left-hand side of the fairway here. Now this here was 90 yards into the green, so I took my 100-yard sand wedge and just took a little bit off of it, trying to feather it there into the middle of the green, and we're putting back down another sweet little 12-footer for birdie.
Oh, I overread it.
I can't believe I actually gave that one too much. Oh boy. And then this cleanup was a disaster.
Wow, wait. Man alive. Putt turned a lot, didn't it?
Come on, it's down to even par. And here on the cool 16th hole, it's the last par 4 of the day. You tee off on the other side of the riverbed or canal, whatever you want to call it. And it is blind over those mounds that we just flew over. Avoid the bunker down the right. Now this time you can't fly it as far right as you want to because that bunker is deep and it's got some big hills along the right side of it. And here we are coming back into the double green, which plays into the par 3 third as well, coming in the other way. And here on the 16th, we're going to be facing a middle flag. Now I set up for my draw once again, but unfortunately I was a little late on it, just like I had been kind of all day long. And this missed off to the right-hand side of that fairway bunker and right behind this tree. A little chop down 7-iron from 155 yards, and I really controlled this perfectly.
Whoo, that was a great approach shot. Had to use that 7-iron to keep that ball down under those trees. And hey, anything to 3 feet for a birdie putt is a good shot, huh? Okay. Please click that like button down below if you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe as well. I'd love to see everyone back here. I bring out these course vlogs once a week for you, and let's sink another birdie putt.
I left myself one of the easiest birdie putts I'm going to see. A little right to left 5-footer here.
Yes.
There we go, taking it back under par, and we're on to the last par 3 of the day, and it's also the shortest on the golf course. Plays only 130 yards to the middle, and today we're facing a back flag up there on the back little tier. It's playing 140 up there. I'm going to take a pitching wedge and try and chip it down in there.
Oh boy, 140 yards on this par 3, and this is the tiniest little shelf I've ever seen a flag want to be on. I almost got it up there. Let's make a birdie.
Here we are for back-to-back birdies, but this one is slippery, going the other way, left to right.
Oh.
That was a really tough one, climbing that hill and turning that much. Thing just slid on over to the right. Now we're back here in the no-fly zone, and the 18th hole is a long, long par 5. All you got off the tee and long and straight. and I missed it over to the right-hand side once again, but it wasn't too bad. It was definitely blocked out from going to the green. I had about 300 yards to the green. Just taking a 7-iron here and laying up off to the left-hand side. And I had a little 70-yard pitch shot.
I was really trying to get that close to this front flag, but you know what? I think it's right there on the fringe, and still a makeable birdie putt.
It would be a makeable birdie putt, but I decided to chip it. I felt like it was a makeable birdie chip here on the 18th hole, and I definitely knew I could get it up and down. Just needed to roll a little bit more, but it easily tapped in with the wedge for a nice 1 under par round.
Well, there is nothing quite like shooting under par. Please click that subscribe button down below. Come back. We'll see you next time here on Terminator Golf. Later.